Hello viewers and dear students, in this video I'll continue with revision for term 1 unit 2 algebra. Here I will discuss about inverse of a matrix, finding the inverse of a matrix and solving system of simultaneous linear equations using inverse of coefficient matrix method, Cramer's rule and row reduction method. Now first we will see what is inverse of a matrix. If we have a square matrix A of order n and if there exists another square matrix B of the same order n such that AB equal to BA equal to the identity matrix I, then we say A is invertible and B is called the inverse matrix of A. And the inverse of A is denoted by this symbol A inverse. So if we consider A equal to this matrix and B equal to this matrix, here we have A into B equal to the identity matrix. So in this case, we call this matrix B as the inverse of A, or we write A inverse is equal to 5 by 13 minus 1 by 13, then 3 by 13 and 2 by 13. This is A inverse. So if we are able to find another matrix B such that AB equal to BA equal to I, then we call B the inverse of A and it is denoted by this symbol A inverse. Now we will see the properties of inverse of a matrix. Inverse of a matrix, if it exists, is unique. That is, there is only one inverse for every matrix. For two invertible matrices of the same order, we have AB the whole inverse is equal to B inverse into A inverse, and for an invertible matrix A inverse the whole inverse is equal to A. Then for an invertible matrix A transpose the whole inverse is equal to A inverse the whole transpose. Now we have various methods to find the inverse of a given matrix. The first one is elementary operation or row transformation method. This is not included in our syllabus. Then the next method is matrix method or adjugate or adjoint method, and the next method is row reduction method. So we have only this method included in the syllabus for the academic year 2021-22. Now we will see the steps to find the inverse of a matrix using inverse of coefficient matrix method. We know this property A into adjoint of A is equal to adjoint of A into A is equal to determinant of A into the identity matrix. So using this we can see that A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. Now since A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A, we can find A inverse only when determinant of A is not equal to 0. Or we say determinant of A is not equal to 0, it means the matrix is non-singular. So a matrix is invertible if and only if A is non-singular. So clearly determinant of A not equal to 0 implies only a non-singular square matrix is invertible. We will be able to find inverse only when A is non-singular. If determinant of A is equal to 0, then it is singular and we will not be able to find the value of A inverse. Now moving on, now we will see solving system of simultaneous linear equations, the various methods. The first one is inverse of coefficient matrix method. Here using this inverse of coefficient matrix method, we can solve a system of equations in 2 or 3 variables. Say for example, if we want to solve this system of equations, 2x minus 3y equal to 5 and 5x plus 3y equal to 2. We can represent this system of equation in this matrix form. 2 minus 3, 5, 3, x, y, then 5 equal to 5, 2. Here we can take A is equal to this matrix 2 minus 3, 5, 3, then x is equal to the variable matrix x and y, and b equal to this matrix 5, 2, so that we can have Ax is equal to b. Here this matrix A, this is called the coefficient matrix, and this matrix B is called the constant matrix. So we can represent this system of equations in the form Ax is equal to B. Now if we pre-multiply both sides by A inverse, we get A inverse into Ax is equal to A inverse into B. Now we know A inverse into A is equal to the identity matrix I. So from this we get X is equal to A inverse into B. So from this we can find the variables X and Y, and we know how to find A inverse. A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. So using this formula we can find A inverse, and then when we multiply this A inverse with the constant matrix B, we will be able to find the variables X and Y. This is with respect to inverse of coefficient matrix. The next method is called the Cramer's rule. Now let the given system of linear equations be a1x plus b1y equal to c1 and a2x plus b2y equal to c2. Delta is equal to a1, a2, b1, b2. This is denoted by delta. Now we can have delta x as here delta x, in place of the coefficient of x terms, we have to replace the constant terms. So delta x is equal to C1, C2. The second column remains as it is. And we can write delta y is equal to, delta y is, we keep the first column as it is and replace the coefficients of y with the constant terms in the second column. So delta y is a1, a2, c1, c2. So delta is the determinant of the coefficient matrix. Delta is determinant of the first column consists of the constant terms and the second column consists of the coefficient of y terms. We have to remove the coefficient of x terms from this delta and replace it with the constant terms C1 and C2, and delta y similarly we have to remove the coefficients of y terms and replace it with the constant terms. So delta y is a1, a2, c1, c2. Now after finding delta, delta x and delta y, we can easily find the values of x and y as x is equal to delta x by delta and y is equal to delta y by delta. Now this way of finding x and y is called Cramer's rule. Now moving on to system of linear equations in three variables. So if we have a1x plus b1y plus c1z is equal to d1, a2x plus b2y plus c2z is equal to d2, a3x plus b3y plus c3z is equal to d3. Here we can take the determinant of the coefficient matrix as delta. So this is delta. Then we can remove the coefficient of x terms in the first column and replace it with the constant terms d1, d2, d3. The remaining columns are as it is. This is delta x. This is delta x. Then again in the same determinant, we can remove the coefficient of y terms and replace it with the constant terms, so that we have a1, a2, a3, d1, d2, d3, c1, c2, c3. This is delta y. And here again if we remove the coefficient of z term and replace it with the constant terms d1, d2, d3, so we have this determinant as delta z. Now we can find the value of x as delta x by delta, y is delta y by delta, and z is delta z by delta. So if we find the determinant values delta, delta x, delta y and delta z, then we can find the value of x, y and z using these relations. Now If we have a system of equations of this form, a1x plus b1y equal to 0, a2x plus b2y equal to 0, here the constant terms are 0, such system of equations are called homogeneous equations. Now we will move on to some of the properties using Cramer's rule. In Cramer's rule, when delta is not equal to 0, then the given system of equation, it is consistent and it has a unique solution, that is, it has a single solution. Then in Cramer's rule, when delta equal to 0 and all other delta values are also 0, then the system of equations are said to be dependable, consistent and has infinitely many solutions. The next property is in Cramer's rule, when delta equal to 0 and any one or more of the deltas, delta x or delta y or delta z are non-zero, then the system of equations is inconsistent and has no solution. So these are a few properties that has to be kept in mind while using Cramer's rule. The next one is row reduction method. In this row reduction method, say suppose we have to solve this system of linear equations, x plus y equal to 1, 5x minus 7y equal to 29. The first step is we have to write the augmented matrix. So the augmented matrix is nothing but we have to write the coefficient of x of the first equation, coefficient of y of the first equation and then the constant term. Then coefficient of x of the second equation, coefficient of y of the second equation and then the constant term of the second equation. So this is equation 1 and this is equation 2. Now when we have to solve a system of linear equations in two unknowns, if we make this term 0 by performing row operations, then we will be able to find the value of y from this equation and then subsequently we can find the value of x. So here we can perform the row operation R2 changing to R2 minus 5 R1. So here R1 will remain the same. In R2, here 5 minus 5, 0, here minus 7 minus 5, minus 12 and here 29 minus 5, 24. Now the first row corresponds to the first equation and the second row corresponds to the second equation. So we have x plus y equal to 1 and minus 12y equal to 24. So let us take this as 3 and 4. Here minus 12y equal to 24. So we get y is equal to minus 2 and from 1 we get x is equal to 3. So the solution for this system of linear equations is x is equal to 3 and y is equal to minus 2. So like this we can reduce the augmented matrix using row operations to find the value of x and y. X is equal to 3 and y is equal to minus 2 is the solution of this equation using row reduction method. Now moving on to the exercise questions from exercise D of the student support material. The second question, find inverse of the given matrices by using adjugate method. Adjugate method is it is finding the inverse using adjoint. So let us take this as equal to A. Now we know that A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. First we have to find determinant of A and see whether it is equal to 0 or not. If it is equal to 0, we cannot find A inverse. If it is not equal to 0, then we can find A inverse. So determinant of A is 8 plus 3. This is equal to 11. And adjoint of A, if it is a 2 by 2 matrix, we can find the adjoint of A as interchanging the diagonal elements and changing the sign of the other elements. So adjoint of A is 2, 1, minus 3, 4. So A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. So this is A inverse. The next question, 2 minus 1 4, 4 0 2, 3 minus 2 7. So here again we have to find A inverse. So first let us find determinant of A, expanding along R1. So here we have 2 into 0 plus 4 plus 1 into 28 minus 6 plus 4 into minus 8 minus 0. So here determinant of A, when we simplify we get 8 plus 22 minus 32, so it is minus 2. Now we have to find adjoint of A. Adjoint of A, it is the transpose of the cofactor matrix. So we have to find the cofactor of each of these elements and then find the transpose of that matrix. So the transpose of this element 2 is 0 plus 4, then the cofactor, the cofactor of the element 2 is 0 plus 4, then the cofactor of this element is minus of 28 minus 6. The cofactor of the element in the first row, third column is minus 8 minus 0. Then the cofactor of the next element 4 is minus 7 plus 8. Then the cofactor of this element is 14 minus 12. Then the next element is minus of minus 4 plus 3. Then the cofactor of this element is minus 2 minus 0. Then the cofactor of this element is minus of 4 minus 16. Then the cofactor of this element is 0 plus 4. The whole transpose. This whole transpose. So here the first row becomes the first column. So this is equal to 4 minus 22 and minus 8. Then the second row becomes the second column. So it is minus 1, 2, 1. Then the third row becomes the third column. Minus 2, 12 and 4. So this is adjoint of A, and determinant of A we got it as 2. So A inverse is equal to 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. So it is minus 1 by 2 into this matrix. Minus 2, half, 1, 11, minus 1, minus 6, 4, minus half and minus 2. So this is A inverse. Next question, solve the following system of equations by matrix method and row reduction method. First subdivision, 2x minus 3y equal to minus 4 and 3x plus 5y equal to 13. First we will solve using matrix method and then using row reduction method. So here we can write the first is matrix method. So we can write the given equations as Ax equal to B. where A is equal to so here A is the coefficient matrix. So A is equal to 2 minus 3, 3, 5. X is equal to the variable matrix and B is equal to the constant. So from this we can find X as A inverse into B. So first let us find A inverse. A inverse is 1 by determinant of A into adjoint of A. Since this is a 2 by 2 matrix, determinant of A is, it is 10 plus 9, 19 into adjoint of A. Adjoint of A, we have to interchange the diagonal elements and change the sign of the other elements. So this is A inverse. So we can find X as A inverse into B. So it is 1 by 19 into 5, 3 minus 3, 2 into B minus 4, 13. So this is equal to 1 by 19 into minus 20 plus 39, 19, then 12 plus 26, 38. So this is equal to 1 and 2. So from this we can see that X is equal to 1 and Y is equal to 2. So this is with respect to matrix method. Now moving on to row reduction method. First let us write the augmented matrix. So the augmented matrix is 2 minus 3 minus 4, 3, 5, 13. Here we have to make this as 1 and this entry as 0. So for that let us perform R1 changing to R1 by R2. So we get 1 minus 3 by 2 and minus 2. Now we have to make this entry as 0. So R2 changing to R2 minus 3R1. So we get 1 minus 3 by 2 minus 2 and here 0, 19 by 2 and 19. Now we can write the first equation. First equation X minus 3 by 2 Y is equal to minus 2 and the second equation is 19 by 2 Y is equal to 19. So if we mark this as 3, from here we get Y is equal to 2. So now we can substitute Y is equal to 2 here. So we get X is equal to 1. So the solution is X is equal to 1 and Y is equal to 2. Now moving on with the exercise question, the fourth one, solve the following system of equation using Cramer's rule. First subdivision, 2x minus 3y equal to minus 4, 3x plus 5y equal to 13. So we have the various options. So for Cramer's rule, first we have to find delta. Delta is the determinant of the coefficient matrix. So it is 2 minus 3, 3, 5. So this is equal to 10 plus 9, 19. Then delta x. In delta x, we have to remove the coefficients of x and replace it with the constants. So it is minus 4, 13, minus 3, 5. So delta x is minus 20 plus 39. So it is 19. Then delta y. delta y. In this determinant we have to replace the coefficient of y with the constant terms. So it is 2, 3 minus 4, 13. So this is equal to 26 plus 12, so 38. Now we got delta as 19, delta x as 19 and delta y as 38. Now x is equal to delta x by delta and y is equal to delta y by delta. So from here we get x is equal to 1 and y is equal to 38 by 19, which is 2. So the correct option is x is equal to 1, y is equal to 2. Next question, x plus y is equal to 1, 5x minus 7y equal to 29. So the first determinant of the coefficient matrix 1, 1, 5 minus 7. So this is minus 7 minus 5, so minus 12. Then we have delta x. Delta x is 129, 1 minus 7. So it is minus 7 minus 29, so minus 36. Then we have delta y 1, 5, 1, 29. So this is 29 minus 5, 24. So x is equal to delta x by delta. It is minus 36 by minus 12, 3. And y is equal to delta y by delta. It is 24 by minus 12. So minus 2. So the correct option is option C. The next question, 5x minus 4y equal to 9, 3x plus 7y equal to minus 4. So here delta is equal to 5 minus 4, 3, 7. So this is 35 plus 12, so 47. Then delta x is 9 minus 4, 7. So this is 63 minus 16, so which is again 47. Then delta y is, to find delta y we need to have in place of the coefficient of y terms the constant terms 9 and minus 4. So here we have 5, 3, 9 and minus 4. So it is minus 20 minus 27, which is minus 47. Now x is equal to delta x by delta. So it is 47 by 47, 1. And y is equal to delta y by delta. It is minus 47 by 47, which is minus 1. So the correct option is option C. The next question, x minus 3y equal to 4, 3x minus 9y equal to 12. So here first let us find delta. It is the determinant of the coefficient matrix. So it is 1 minus 3, 3 minus 9. So this is minus 9 plus 9, 0. Then delta x, we have to write the constant terms in place of the coefficient of x. So it is 4, 12 minus 3 minus 9. Now this is minus 36 plus 36. So 0. Then delta y is 1, 3, 4, 12. Now this is again 12 minus 12, which is 0. Now we have seen that if delta is equal to 0 and delta x and delta y are also 0, then the given system of equations have infinitely many solutions. So the correct option is option A. The next question, minus 2x plus y equal to 3, 4x minus 2y equal to 5. So first let us find delta. Delta is minus 2, 4, 1, minus 2. Determinant. So this is 4 minus 4, 0. Then delta x is 3, 5, 1, minus 2. So this is minus 6 minus 5, minus 11. Now we have seen that if delta is equal to 0 and any one of the deltas, delta x or delta y is non-zero, then the given system of equations, it is inconsistent and it does not have a solution. So here we got delta equal to 0 and delta x is non-zero. So this system of equations has no solution. The next question, x minus y plus 2z is equal to 1, 2y minus 3z is equal to 1, 3x minus 2y plus 4z is equal to 2. So here delta is 1 minus 1 2, 0 2 minus 3, 3 minus 2 4, determinant of. So here we can expand along R1. So it is 1 into 8 minus 6 plus 1 into 0 plus 9 plus 2 into 0 minus 6. So this is equal to 2 plus 9 minus 12 minus 1. Then delta x is equal to, here in place of the coefficient of x terms we have to have the constant terms 1, 1 and 2. So we have 1, 1, 2, the remaining columns remain as it is. 2 minus 3, 4. So again we can expand along R1. So it is 1 into 8 minus 6 plus 1 into 4 plus 6 plus 2 into minus 2 minus 4. So here this is equal to 0. 2 plus 10 minus 12, 0. Then next one is delta y. In delta y we have to replace the coefficient of y terms with the constant terms 1, 1 and 2. So we have 1, 0, 3, 1, 1, 2, 2 minus 3, 4. Again expanding along R1. So 1 into 4 plus 6 minus 1 into 0 plus 9 plus 2 into 0 minus 3. So this is equal to minus 5. Then finally delta z. In this determinant we have to replace the coefficient of z terms with the constant terms. So it is 1, 0, 0, 1, 0, 3, minus 1, 2, minus 2. And here we have 1, 1, 2. So this is equal to 1 into 4 plus 2 plus 1 into 0 minus 3 plus 1 into 0 minus 6, or this is equal to minus 3. So we have x is equal to delta x by delta. Delta is minus 1. So delta x by delta is 0 by minus 1, 0. Then y is delta y by delta. So it is minus 5 by minus 1. So this is 5. And z is delta z by delta. Minus 3 by minus 1, 3. So the correct option is option C. The next question, x plus y plus z is equal to 0, minus 3x plus y minus 4z is equal to 0, minus 2x plus 2y minus 3z is equal to 0. Here we can see that the constant term is 0, so this is a homogeneous equation. Now let us check whether we have infinitely many solution or not. So here delta is equal to 1, 1, 1, minus 3, 1, minus 4, minus 2, 2, minus 3. This determinant. Here expanding along R1. So this is equal to 1 into minus 3 plus 8 minus 1 into 9 minus 8 plus 1 into minus 6 plus 2. So here it is 5 minus 1, 4 minus 4, 0. So this is also 0. And here we have the constant term 0. Since this is a homogeneous equation with delta is equal to 0, we have infinitely many solutions. Or even otherwise, if we take delta x, then we will have all these terms 0, and if we take delta y, we have all these terms 0, so that determinant is also 0, and delta z, all these terms are 0. So delta is equal to 0, delta x equal to 0, delta y equal to 0, and delta z is equal to 0. So this given equation has infinitely many solutions. The next one, 2x minus y minus 3z is equal to 1, 3x plus 2y minus 5z is equal to 0, 5x plus y minus 8z is equal to 3. So here delta is equal to 2 minus 1 minus 3, 3, 2 minus 5, 5, 1 minus 8. Expanding along R1, we get 2 into minus 16 plus 5 plus 1 into minus 24 plus 25 minus 3 into 3 minus 10. So this is minus 22 plus 1 plus 21. So it is minus 22 plus 22, which is 0. Now delta x is equal to, in place of the coefficient of x terms, we have to have the constant terms 1, 0 and 3. So it is 1, 0, 3 minus 1, 2, 1 minus 3 minus 5 minus 8. Now expanding along the first row itself. So it is 1 into minus 16 plus 5 plus 1 into 0 plus 15 minus 3 into 0 minus 6. So when we simplify, we have delta is equal to 0 and delta x is non-zero. It means this given system of equations is inconsistent and has no solution. So this is the answer. I hope this video was useful for you. Thank you for watching.